Welcome back. The prolonged petrol scarcity worsened in Lagos, Ogun and other states as independent marketers started lifting the products from private depots at 780 naira per litre from 595 naira per litre, indicating an increase of 31%. The marketers believe the hike in price reflects the current demand and supply of the products in the domestic market. The public relations officer of IPMAN, Chinedu Ukadike, who confirmed this, expressed optimism that the bad situation would improve in the coming days. Ukadike noted that more trucks have left the depots in the past few days, adding that though independent marketers are still sourcing the product at a high rate, more marketers can load their trucks. Now joining us to discuss this is National Industrial Relations Officer PENGASSAN, Eze Ifeanyi. Mr. Eze, you're welcome. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Yeah, Pete, thank you for having me. Good evening.
Welcome. Good, sir. Now, sir, what's the current retail price of petrol at NNPC-owned stations? Let's get that clear. And how does it compare with the 780 naira per litre loading price for independent marketers currently?
The current price in NNPC retail outlets is not even one price. I think you can get it from like 6.15 to maybe 6.30, depending on the location. Like you mentioned, the independent marketers said they load above 700, and that is why the private outlets now sell as much as 870, above 800 in some locations.
Okay, and what's the impact of the high loading price on the retail price of petrol when we go to the fueling stations to buy? How will it affect consumers? What's the rate at which consumers will be buying?
Of course, if they buy at like 780 dimension, what it means is that they're going to sell above 780, and that is an increase in the price of fuel, which will result to increase in transportation, increase for those small businesses that use fuel for generating electricity, like the barber workshop, the hairdresser, etc., etc. And of course, it's going to translate to what they charge the public. They will eventually translate the cost to the masses.
So is PENGASSAN not considering these costs that are being transferred to the masses? And is there no way to perhaps maybe regulate this cost in some small way so that it's not passed on? Because at the current rate, people are buying at 880 naira in the market right now.
Yeah, PENGASSAN, we've been trying to do that. We've been engaging the stakeholders, especially the NNPCL. Presently, I'm in Abuja, and I know we are having a summit here. If you listen to some of the things we've been doing, we've engaged the NNPCL, we've even engaged the other regulators, government agencies concerned. The point is that they keep telling us that it's a question of logistics, motherboards, and so on and so forth, weather, rain, and etc. I remember the last time I was in this station, I mentioned that even things like bad roads can affect the price of fuel. But the one we are really concerned is that when they go to buy from private loading bays, why with those people have fuel and the marketers can get fuel straight direct from NNPC? Because if they do, I believe the price will be less, and that is what we are trying to engage NNPCL on now, as we're here to find out how that can be solved.
So, sir, I think the big question on everybody's lips now is what exactly the underlying causes for the scarcity is. How can it be addressed? We really don't know, and nobody's telling exactly, no authority is telling who or what or why there is this scarcity. What is it exactly, sir?
From the limited information, I will say it's limited information we have. Of course, the only people that can say exactly what this problem is NNPCL. But what they've just told us, like I mentioned earlier, is the issue of logistics, issue of rain disturbing the small boats from getting the fuel to reach us. But like we've been saying, look, what should be paramount, like we are pushing and pushing hard now, is that if we start producing fuel in Nigeria, we won't be having these issues. We have to get our local refineries functioning. Then that will cut down the cost, and all these excuses of logistics, of now shipping and not shipping won't be there. So we are looking forward that, as they've given us another date, which is September next month, that Port Harcourt refinery will come on stream, and maybe Dangote too will start producing. We believe, because that's the bigger picture, that's where we are looking at, not even all these their logistics of bringing fuel from outside now. No, that's what we are looking at. That's our passion, for us to start producing fuel locally and make it available locally for our people.
Internally produced fuel, whether from the Port Harcourt refinery or from the Dangote refinery. September is the date. However, going back to the pricing and how this is affecting consumers, the PPPRA, what exactly are they doing regarding the pricing regulations? How effective have they been since in preventing the price increase, because it doesn't seem to be working?
Between me and you, we know that the government keeps saying that the price of fuel has been deregulated. That's the point. So the question is that if it's a deregulated economy, if it's a deregulated fuel, how do you now control price again? You see? So it's a difficult one. But then we know that an NPCL is only a company importing fuel and distributing, because from all we know is that they are the people that are getting the government regulated cost for dollar, that makes it possible for them to get it down and sell it at that price the official stations are selling. But it's not working because some of us think too that there are some sharp practices, because why would the private loading bays be having fuel? Why would they be having fuel and people can't get fuel straight from an NPCL company straight to the consumers? So, like I said, we are looking at it, we are discussing too, and we are making our own investigation. At a stage, we may go further after interrogation to take some actions that can actually make government to know that people are suffering and that we are serious about getting these things done right.
Well, Mr. Ifeanyi, I want to say thank you very much for joining us this evening on the news. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Api, for having me.
You're welcome.